I don't even know if I got good enough service, running off the Wi-Fi from the house back there. But let's see what happens. Hopefully this works out. Don't see anybody in here. But I don't really know, this thing's like updated. I don't even know, how do I see comments? Top chat, live chat. Let's do live chat here. What up, Jesus? What up, Keaton? Appreciate you guys all. Hunter, hello. What up, Ryan? Like your name. I like your name. What up, Steven? There we go. Oh, geez, now we're getting bombarded. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining. I know this is kind of random. I've actually never done this. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I know it's probably pretty loud here in the excavator, especially considering I got the AC full blast because it is 96 degrees outside currently, and we are in the hot sun. So give you guys a little look-sees here. Just hanging out in the Mini X, my absolute favorite piece of equipment slash toy, because we all know we're just a bunch of big kids with toys. What up, Steven? What up, Brant? Hello. Woodley or Paul? I'm assuming you're talking about the stupid, overplayed out money grabs, aka professional boxing nowadays. Yeah, I could care less. All these fights are these dudes dancing around in circles. They both get giant paydays, and everybody complains after each fight. It's like, oh my god, that was so dumb, we wasted all this money. And then the next fight, they'll buy it again and waste all their money. So, yeah, now, if you ain't gonna learn, waste your money, make these guys new millionaires while they just dance around in a ring for no reason. What up, Albuquerque? What up? Dallas, Walker. What up in Turkey, Walker? It's quite the play. What time is it in Turkey? I'm curious. So, for those of you who don't know what we're doing, we're just currently sitting in the excavator right now. I'll spin you around and give you a little quick look-sees at what we're doing here. A lot of trenching going down in the yard. I'm trying to knock out a bunch of work this weekend because you guys have been wanting Rhino Ranch entrance updates, and really the only time I have to work on this place is on the weekends. But to like get enough work done and filmed to like make a video worth it to you guys, it's it takes a lot of time. It takes like 2 to 3 days now for me to make a 30-minute video that's actually worth watching. Ha, shut your goofy ass down. Aw, you're cute, buddy. Appreciate you watching, man. You know, the guys that come in and comment like the stupid comments, my favorite thing is they still click on all my videos. They still click, or they comment, which all that does is help the algorithm and help YouTubers make money. So everybody that wants to come in, talk crap, y'all are the best because you keep making people money. So if you guys ever see me going after people in the comment section, it's because I want them to come back, because the more they come back, like, the better the algorithm is, the more that there's comments and there's more stuff like that. So love it, absolutely love it. You guys are hilarious. If you guys don't think from being on a job site for the last 20 years and hanging out with a bunch of buddies in the military, the amount of crap that we talk to each other, that nobody in my group can take a little crap talking, you're sorely mistaken. What up from Mexico? What up, Angel? Scotland. Dude, you guys are all over the world today. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. How many hours are on the Mini now? That's a good question. And hold on, it's going to get a little shaky. I should probably turn the auto idle off. Give me a second here. So, currently it's set that I'll set the idle all the way up. But the second you stop touching the controls for, I don't know what it is, 3 seconds or something, it's not much, it'll automatically go back down to just like baseline idle. And it's cool, it conserves fuel, it quiets the machine down, so if you're trying to talk to somebody around the machine, it's an awesome feature. But like, these things do start to shake when they're at like their real low idle. So I'll show you guys right here. If we go to real low idle, you'll see the camera start shaking. And then if we just bump it up just a hair, let's see, we're at about 1200 RPMs, and we bump it up to, let's see, 1400 really starts to take the shake away. So it doesn't take much. I wish they would like get that idle like right there. Put it down to 1400 at the lowest idle. But regardless, let's see here. When will I come to Houston? At some point I'll be going to Texas, guys. I don't know when. I'm not a big flyer. I don't enjoy flying. So I'd love to get me a nice like Super C motorhome that I can drive around in and go to some more shows and still be able to like tow a truck and all that. Oh, back to the guy that asked about hours. Let me see how many hours are on this thing. We currently have 285 hours on it, so we've been putting in some hours on this thing. Let me go back to my idle here. I don't know why I leave it on, or the tack. I don't know why I leave it on that, but I leave it on that. 6.0 build. We got to get the 6.0 fixed. She's currently sitting. Papa Rhino has a tendency to like break stuff that he touches, so obviously he broke the 6.0, and yeah. Johnny, thank you, bro. I didn't even know you guys could like add money into this, but Johnny, thank you. Every little bit counts. You guys are freaking awesome. It's expensive to do what we do. I'm not a beggar. I don't ask for free stuff. Oh, we got $3.98 in here. You guys are freaking rad. But let me just put it into perspective for a lot of you guys that don't know. Like, YouTube doesn't cover the cost of a lot of what we do. So say you go and buy a bunch of truck parts that you're going to install. The video doesn't cover the amount of money you spent on those truck parts. So I'm sure the bigger YouTubers, it does at some point. You get that, like, you get to that point where you cross that threshold, you're making enough money, it's covering all the parts, which is rad. I hope to one day be there, but currently I'm not there. That's why, like, we have the Work for Apparel line, that helps offset some of the costs. My construction company helps offset some of the costs. So, like, yes, there's money coming in, and it definitely helps to pay for some of the stuff that we do, but it's not quite there to where you're making enough money to pay for everything that you do, if that makes sense. Like I said, I appreciate you guys all. I see you guys up there at those $5. You guys are rad. I didn't even have to get naked for that. That's awesome. You guys are freaking great. I love you guys. Seriously, I do. You guys are awesome. I read all your guys' comments. Good ones, bad ones, it doesn't matter. I read them all. You guys are freaking rad. I wouldn't be here without you. My goal in life, I've had a couple goals in high school, and this is kind of weird, and I know, but it's like proof that how, why, what, where, when, I have no idea, but things just happen to like come true. So I always wanted to own a clothing company in high school. I don't know why. Congratulations on making quarterback, Hunter. That's awesome. But I always wanted to have a clothing company, and I always wanted to have a platform that I could share my message with. I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker, I don't do drugs. I would still go to all the crazy wild high school parties, but when the cops showed up, I was the guy that got to drive home because I wasn't drunk. I was the guy that would go answer the door and be like, yo, officer, there's nothing going on here, because I'm the only sober one enough to do that. But I still got to be cool and like do the cool stuff, and I didn't have to ever make stupid decisions that would put my life on the line, you know, or put any career future choices on the line. Like, I never had to do that stuff. That wasn't, you don't need to do that to be cool. So to have a platform where I could be like, hey, look, I don't, you know, hopefully you guys think I'm cool, but here's the route that I went and the decisions that I made, and, you know, I mean, to me it feels like my decisions have worked in a sense that, like, we've accomplished a lot of really cool stuff. I don't know why where'd the comments go? Oh, there we go. Sorry, the comments disappeared for a second. We should have more sun hats in very, very soon. They're made, we're just waiting for them to ship. Say Russell for our gifted friend Lugo. I'm not sure what that means. We have some new work for our flags that are going to be coming soon. Oh, dude, thank you, CP Gaming Mechanic. What up from Alberta, Canada? Thanks for letting us borrow Canada's own Georgia a couple weeks ago. You guys are rad. Dude, you guys are freaking awesome. I absolutely love you guys. What up, Arizona, one of my favorite states. When am I going to pick up a 10-wheeler? Oof, that's a whole different ballgame. You guys want to see why I wouldn't pick up a 10-wheeler? Go watch my buddy James's channel. He owns quite a few of them. And the trucking industry is kind of in shambles right now. Just based on like a manufacturer standpoint, on a parts standpoint, it's pretty crazy. YouTube takes 45% of super chat money from Ryan. I didn't know that. I don't know how any of this works. But again, you guys are freaking awesome. Who's A? Andrew, thank you. Any future truck builds for myself? So I'm waiting on my Bronco. And a lot of you guys, I thought about doing an update on the Bronco, but it'd be a very short update video, because basically Ford, like most manufacturers, is dropping the ball on a lot of things. So when I ordered my Bronco, if you guys were there for that video, basically I ordered the Bronco with every product or every option that wasn't a product restriction, or a manufacturer restriction, or a delay, I should say. So I wanted the color matched hardtop roof. Well, you couldn't get that. They're saying that's like at best you're gonna get that 2022. So I'm like, okay, then I'll just go with the regular hardtop and then I'll have it smoothed and painted. So basically I picked and chose all my options that would give me, like, there's not gonna be any time delay. Thank you, that broken EF, appreciate you, brother. That would give me that time delay and, you know, I'd get the Bronco sooner. Well, lo and behold, not only do we have the chip delay that's basically across the board with manufacturers, but Ford screwed up with their hardtop. So every hardtop that you see out there, and there's very few of them, you'll see everybody that's getting their Broncos right now, they are actually soft tops. There's a few hardtops that are out there. So I'm sure somebody's gonna say something, but most of the people that are getting their Broncos, they are getting the soft tops. I'm not a soft top guy. I don't want to hear that freaking thing flapping in the wind. I don't want wind noise, so I'm not getting a soft top. So basically the way that it works is if you already got a hard top, they have to replace it. And if you've seen those pictures of big, like acres and acres of parking lots filled with Ford Broncos, they, all those that have hard tops on them, that hard top has to come off and they have to put whatever design change they made that they screwed up the first time, that has to get swapped. So Ford basically sent me a letter and said, hey, hate to break it to you, but all the ones that we have sitting in the lot are gonna get their hard top first, then we'll worry about making your Bronco. So I'm essentially, it was supposed to be July. It was July 19th was my build date. And then from July 19th until now, every 2 weeks, they send me an email saying, 2 more weeks until your build date. 2 more weeks until your build date. And then the final email I got, I believe it was a week ago, maybe a little bit longer, they basically said, yeah, we gotta like redo all these other ones first. We'll re-email you in October, but don't worry, we're probably gonna send you like another t-shirt or something. So I'm not too sure of when it's gonna show up. They also were like, also don't worry, you're gonna be still getting a 2021. And I'm like, well shoot, at that point, if I'm getting it in October or November or December, I don't want a 21 anymore. I want a 2022. That way, at least resale value, the thing's a year newer, you know? I don't know. It's crazy. Let's see, what do we got here? I see we got a member in here. What up, Eddie? Appreciate you guys. Do an excursion build. Work for it, button-up mechanic shirts. We do need to get those made. Zach and Dedek have been dying to get some, and I should probably get on it. I'm also currently in a tree right now, so if you hear like little scratching marks, it is hurting my pride and joy here of my Mini X, but I'm digging this trench. I'm trying to keep it up out of the road, so sometimes we got to get a little bit in a tree. Well, I'll be going to Sema this year. I will be going to Sema. Who I'm going with, I haven't really announced yet. We're gonna be, we'll be doing a couple, like, I don't want to call them meet and greets because I'm not quite a, I don't know, Justin Bieber, not famous, I don't really know. But we will be at a couple of booths at like a designated time, so if any of you guys are out there, you want to come say what's up, hopefully we have most of the crew out there, that's our goal. But yeah, we will be out there. What was the cost to fill the Flog transfer tank? So I haven't filled that yet. I need to, I still need to get the pumps on there and all that. And my local Tractor Supply was out of stock of the pumps, so I got to get them shipped. So, but if you anticipate, somebody do the math real quick, because I'm not capable of running the Mini X, talking to you guys, and doing math at the same time. That is just too much. 75 gallons of diesel. We're currently at like the cheapest station around here. $4.25 a gallon. So 75 gallons of diesel, $4.25 a gallon. Somebody do that math. Then we're gonna do 35 gallons of, let's call it, we'll go 91. I don't run anything less than my stuff, even though some's tuned for it. I don't care. I'm running 91. 91's probably closer to like $4.75 a gallon. So, all right, we're getting numbers here. Weirdly, we're getting a bunch of different numbers here, but we're getting numbers. 350 bucks. Let's use that as a baseline. Where's 535 coming from? I feel like 535 is way off, but all right, do the math. Whatever I just told you guys, if you guys can do the math, you're rad. 318, I'm assuming that's for the diesel, and then, oh jeez, we are like in this tree right now. Is 91 really worth it? I don't know. If you factor, let's say 91 is 20 cents more a gallon, right? So for every 10 gallons, that's $2. So say you got 30 gallons, you're spending $6 more on a tank. I think it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. California gas. Yeah, it's California gas. California has, I believe, over $1 of what we pay for fuel is taxes. So go figure. Oh, and they're trying to tax us per mile now because, yeah, the $1 something we pay per gallon of fuel isn't enough. So then now they want to try and tax us per mile we drive on top of that. Absolutely insane. And fun fact for you guys, 2/3 of the taxes that they raise from fuel it's all supposed to go towards repairing the roads, right? We don't have the greatest roads out here. All supposed to go towards repairing the roads. But 2/3 of what they bring in for taxes goes to public transportation. And 3% of the population here uses public transportation. So 2/3 of the tax money is going to public transportation that only 3% of the population uses. And granted, that 3% of the population that is using public transportation isn't paying fuel tax. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. CP Gaming Mechanic, thank you. I don't know if you just gave again. If you did, that is freaking rad. It's still showing you guys up top there. You guys are freaking awesome. I know this is like not the most exciting video of watching Ryan scratch his excavator in a tree digging a trench, but I figured it was a good time to go live. I somehow like have good enough Wi-Fi from the house right there, which is rad. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna dig this trench and I'm gonna talk to you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. YouTube's been kind of weird lately. They haven't been like, I don't know. A lot of you guys said like you were subscribed and then YouTube unsubscribed you, which is weird. I don't know if I pissed off the YouTube gods or something, but something happens. Willie t-shirt. I do need to get on a Willie t-shirt. You guys are absolutely correct. I apologize that I've been delayed on that. We have a lot of big stuff coming next week for YouTube. So, or not YouTube, for Work For It. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You guys are not going to want to miss. We've been making some changes over at the warehouse that you guys will see in a video next week, I believe. Flip the camera to the trench. Alright, let's see. I don't even know if I can't flip the camera. I don't know where we're at. Oh, that's kind of a weird view. Will it focus? There we go. Also, the dirt is super hard out here, so this trench has not been fun to dig. And I'm currently just turning the boom right here, so I can turn the entire cab, or I can turn the boom, which turns at that knuckle right down there. I don't know where my finger is, but you can probably see it in there. What up, that random guy 491? So basically why I'm doing that is so I can avoid scratching myself in this tree right here by turning the entire cab. So yeah, we're just trenching along. 620 feet of trench, at least. Will we ever get the orange long sleeve back on the site? So, hold on. Want to see my Willie work for shirt? I kind of like that saying. So for you guys that haven't been on the website in a little while, they have all of the, like, basically everything's back in stock at this point. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 shirts that aren't back in stock. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys check out the website. You guys are freaking rad. I appreciate all you guys' support. We've had a ton. Hold on, let me see here. A ton of. Hold on, this thing's fighting me. There we go. Make BB what? Hey, we are. Oh, am I currently hiring? I'm not. As an operator, you should always clean your edges. Yeah, if this was a trench that anybody's climbing down into, or these were footings to where like this dirt's not going back in, you're correct. I would sit here and clean all of these edges. But considering I got 600 something feet to dig, it's 96 degrees outside. The air conditioning in this thing's great, but I'm also not trying to sit in here all day. And the second I throw all the pipe and stuff and the conduit in this trench, it's getting buried. So I honestly could care less about cleaning the edges right now. So, what's the trench for? We are doing a ton of conduit. We got to run power out to the new entrance. We got to run water to the new entrance. We got to run camera, or Cat 5, Cat 6 cameras. So, unfortunately, when you have this much land, it's not like go run to Home Depot and grab 2 sticks of conduit and you're across like your yard. I kind of miss that at this point because, yeah, now you want to get anything anywhere, it's a ton of digging to do it right, and I don't want to just like hack it in there and and then like regret that I put something too shallow or not in the right spot. So a lot of extra planning goes into it when you're just like first starting to develop stuff, which is kind of what we're doing, first starting to develop. I mean, granted, we've got a big, you know, beautiful house back there, like a lot of stuff out here is cool. Entrance update, yeah, there will be a full video probably Monday. 102 in Riverside. Woof. Where's Papa Rhino and the crew? We're rolling solo today. I think we got Chris and probably Fern coming out tomorrow. If you guys follow Fern on Instagram, it's his birthday tomorrow, so go wish Fernando, Fern Semi-Famous Barbecue, a happy birthday. But yeah, we should have the crew back out here next week. It's too hot right now for anybody to be just like out and about, not in an air-conditioned cab, so I ain't trying to kill nobody. That's no fun. Wouldn't a Ditch Witch be faster? If I owned a Ditch Witch, it would probably be faster. The problem is, this dirt out here is so hard. A walk behind Ditch Witch is just gonna bounce on the dirt. It's not gonna work. So you need one of the big ride-on ones. And by the time I pay the money to rent a big ride-on one, and have it delivered, and have it picked up, I already own this Excavator, so I might as well jump in the Excavator. Granted, I wish I had a 12-inch bucket right now. I currently only have my 16-inch bucket. So yeah, if any of you guys work for Bobcat, let me know. I need to order a couple buckets, and I can't find any good place online to order like aftermarket ones that I trust, and it needs the Bobcat exchange plates on them, because yeah, ain't nobody trying to go out there and pull pins out. Oh, I hate the sound. These things just scratching alongside the windows. It's 46 degrees in Glacier View, Alaska. That sounds freezing. I'll take the heat over that. What up, Canada? What up, Arkansas? More OBS videos. Ivan, thank you, brother. I appreciate the $5. You are freaking rad, man. Thank you. Again, a little goes a long ways, guys. You guys are awesome. I didn't even know you could donate, like, jumping on this thing. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much. I just made this because I thought it'd be a cool time to get back to you guys. And yet this is cool. I love to be able to talk. I usually do this on Instagram. I haven't done this on YouTube. Hopefully the audio is good. Is the audio all right for you guys? You're not hearing like too much of the Excavator's engine or anything like that. Like you can actually hear me. What up, Texas? What up in the UK? Can we see the donkeys? I have no idea where the donkeys are right now. Oh, actually, I see one. I see two. Hold on. See if I can zoom in. Oh, we can. Oh, hold on. We can't go up and down. You gotta get it real close to my face. There's a donkey right. Wait, oh, he's walking right. We're right. He just walked behind there. There might be another donkey walking past. Hold on. Give it a second. Give it a second. Thank you, Shadow Mountain. Thank you, Kurt. Love seeing the work videos and the pit bike videos. You guys are awesome. I think, is that a donkey right there? I can't see behind me. They're walking around somewhere. They're eating. I can see them back there. 844 people. I don't think I've... Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. Let me zoom out. Am I going to build a fence to match the gate? We have some fencing ideas out here. This whole property is fenced, which is awesome, because that's a ton of freaking money to fence this much property. I mean, granted, we had to re-fence 1,700 feet of it when the fires came through, but I'd love to go aluminum. Like, go with that, like, white vinyl horse fencing, but they make it out of aluminum now. But I don't think that's anywhere near my budget. So slowly but surely, we're going to be replacing more and more fence. There will be fencing that ties into the new gate, because obviously, yeah, the old stuff's not going to tie into it right now. How many glasses do I go through in a year? That's a good question. It used to be about a pair every couple of months, because I have a tendency to drop them, and they always get scratched right where your eyes go, and I'm not a fan of that. Like, little things bug me that you can see in your periphery or anything like that. But the price has been going up on these. These things, when I first started buying them, these are electric swing arms, for those of you that don't know. Hopefully you can see. Aaron Hamilton, thank you, brother. $49. You guys are so rad. I don't want to miss anybody here. Kurt, I got you. Thank you, brother. Seriously, you guys are... This is insane. I had no idea you could even do this. How about cement? Are you going to be putting more cement for dirt, or just keep it? No, so the entire driveway up to the house is going to be concrete. And again, like, everything is just kind of, it's all money permitting. So I would love to just be like, yeah, I got $1 million. I'm going to go just start concreting everything, but I don't. So slowly but surely, we're going to do a little concrete here and a little concrete there. and then eventually we're gonna hit the house and I'll have a full concrete driveway. But even me doing the work myself, like being in the industry, concrete is like how I got my start in this industry, was concrete and masonry. It's still super, super expensive. Out here, because I'm so far from the batch plants, they add about $300 per concrete truck for fuel and time, for their time to drive out here. So that kind of puts into perspective how much more expensive it is to do stuff out here, and why I'm not like just, you know, pouring a ton of concrete. Like, it takes time and it takes money, and I got to make more money before I can spend more money. So slowly but surely, we're gonna get this done. Kelly G, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Or sister, I'm not sure. Kelly, could be guy, could be girl. You're awesome. Let's see. Shop build is coming. You need to hook up with Heatwave and get a work for it line of glasses. I would love to do that. It's definitely in like my wheelhouse of things to do. When it comes to the mini truck, you should go check out Flare. I have seen pretty much every single mini truck out there at this point because you guys send them to me. I don't miss any mini trucks that get posted anymore. I get like 50 DMs every time a new one gets posted. Why are you not on Oakley's? An Oakley's guy being from Cali. I've never liked Oakley's. I used to be Spy, like exclusively I wore Spies, but currently these electrics have been my favorite. I go through phases. I'll buy like a ton of them. I still have like 10 of the old Spies that I wore, so every year Spy does a warehouse sale. I don't know if they've done it recently, but basically you go to the Spy warehouse, which is in like Southern California. You line up at like 3 in the morning, and everything in there is $20. So the pair of sunglasses I liked was like $110, $120. You go there that day, they're $20. So you'd be dumb to not buy like 20 pairs to last you for a lifetime. So that's what I would do. So I still have a ton of pairs of Spies that I'll never wear. I should probably just give them away to you guys because I'm not gonna do anything with them. Let's see. 2 more of these lives. I'm glad you guys like this. Again, I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of different, but this is fun for me. Being able to interact with you guys is fun for me. It's something that, like, that's what keeps me going. This is what I love to do, and unfortunately I can't get back to the DMs like I wish I could get back to all your guys' DMs, but there's just too many. I saw somebody mention emails earlier. I try to get back to those as well, but it's really, really hard to get back to everybody. So being in here, I can try to fire off answers to your questions as quickly as I can, and hopefully we'll get to you. Been around since the Flagship project. That project was rad. I would love to get another project like that. Thank you for staying around that long. Is Eddie gonna get a cat or a bobcat? I don't know, guys. Eddie really liked my bobcat, so we'll see. Still collecting patches? Yes. Shoot me an email. I have a giant collection of police department, SWAT, fire department, a couple guys in the military. We've gotten a couple of flags that were actually flown in Iraq. Speaking of which, can we all take a moment of silence for all of our soldiers and our servicemen and women that we lost? We just gonna do that. Alright, we don't need to like make it awkward or anything, but yeah, crazy times, guys. Crazy times we absolutely live in. See, scentless fabrication, bobcat buckets if you're interested. Shoot me an email. You the man for listening to Brada Izzy. Listen, guys, like, I don't know, I'm an Italian kid from Southern California, so you're probably thinking I'm not very cultured. But as you guys know, I grew up in a very, well, maybe you don't know. I grew up in a very diverse world. You know, I grew up near the Mexican border. I went to high school near the Mexican border. I hung out with every ethnicity, every like subgroup of that ethnicity, and so I like to think I'm pretty cultured in that sense. You know, you guys know I'm pretty like traditional country is like my music style of choice, but there's something I can find of every genre that I love. You know, you want reggae rock, you want a bunch of Latino music. I mean, like, you get certain songs, like, you know, I can understand most of it. I enjoy it. I love, like, I don't know, a lot of stuff coming out of Hawaii. I'm a big fan of, like, even like the newer modern stuff. I love Common Kings. I don't know, I just love music in general. So Tacos El Gordo later on today. Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. Best tacos, hands down. If you guys have not been to a Tacos El Gordo, they're in California, they're in Nevada, there's a couple in Vegas. you guys are missing out. When am I getting work for Mexican decals back in stock? We should have the small ones in stock. I don't know if we have the large ones in stock, but we're constantly restocking. Oh, get out of here, Earth's perfect photos. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Tacos El Gordo is the bomb. What animal could I beat in a fight? Let's see. I don't know. Anything with wings is a little tough. I own quite a few birds right now. I've owned quite a few birds in my life. Hold on, my screen dimmed a little bit. I'm assuming because it's hot. Let me point the AC vent up at my thing here. I don't know. I feel like I could. I don't know. Like a duck. But that's got wings. That totally just goes against what I just said. I don't know. Tacos or burgers? That's a good question. I don't know. I love both. I guess it depends on where it's from. Like, don't give me some like fake Mexican tacos. I don't want Tex-Mex. I don't like fresh Mex. I don't like any of that. I want Tijuana street tacos. Like, that's my world right there. Give me one of those. I'd probably take that over burgers. But I do love a good burger too. How do I feel about half-ton trucks? It takes all kinds, guys. It takes all kinds. Not everybody needs a 3/4 ton diesel. Now that they got diesels in the half-tons, like, I appreciate them. My first truck was a half-ton. Well, technically, it was a 3/4 ton, but it was a 1500 HD. 3/4 ton frame with like half-ton comforts, I guess. Hold on. What's up with 6L shirts? 6L, we're getting big there. So, I get asked a lot. 4X is something I've seen a lot. The reason I don't make anything bigger than a 3XL is because, if you guys know, like logo size, right? So you take this size logo and you put this on anything from a small to a 3X and it looks like the right size. If we go to a 4X, all of a sudden this logo and the rear logo are starting to look really, really small. So the reason that we don't put them on there is we'll have to make a whole nother set of screens. And if you go to any screen printing shop, it's like $50 per set of screens. So to make, I don't know how many 4Xs I would sell, but basically I'd have to eat like another couple $100s worth of screens just to make a few 4X shirts. While I would love to do it, I don't want to have to pass that cost on to you guys and all of a sudden like a 4X shirt's like a $35 shirt. So I don't want anybody to think like we're price gouging or anything. Like, it would genuinely almost cost that to like kind of be in the same realm that we are with all the other sizes. So that's why I've held off. Now, that being said, we are talking about making a designated 4XL shirt. Like, only going to be in that size, so we only have to make one set of screens. They're going to be just for that. I think you guys, like, I think that's actually going to happen soon. So we want to take care of all the big boys. I know, you know, there's a lot of you out there. Some of my homies are definitely in that size range, and they haven't been able to have workforce shirts. So we're going to make something happen for you guys. Don't worry. Hold on, let me go back through here. So my screen dimmed, so it's a little hard to see. Ivan, thank you, brother. You are awesome. I really, really appreciate it. How hot is it today? It is 96, 97 out here. Am I getting more animals? Eventually, yeah. We got a lot right now. I need more time to have more animals. Let's see. I need to know 4-inch, 6-inch, or 8-inch on Papa Rhino's dually. None of those. Y'all are gonna see. The lift kit showed up yesterday. I'm very excited. I haven't even opened the box yet. So I'm gonna open it probably tomorrow. There'll be a video on it this week. But let's just put it this way. 2 giant pallets is what showed up for that lift kit. So that might give you guys a little bit better of an idea of kind of what we're gonna be doing with that. And again, like, I'm very blessed, very, very blessed to be able to give back to not only my family, I mean, you guys, my family. Like, this is such a rad year. I know, like, the world's crazy and everything's crazy, but this is the year I wanted to be able to give back to my parents. You know, we never went without as kids. My parents worked their butts off. They worked, you know, 12+ hour days. We wouldn't see them all day, but, you know, at the end of the night, my mom would come home and there was, you know, a freaking homemade meal on the counter. Like, she put in a ton of work, my pops put in a ton of work. So my goal in life is to be able to get back to them, and it's finally getting to that point where I can. So I'm very, very blessed, and of course you guys are a huge, huge part of that, a huge help with that. So thank you guys. Don't think I take any of this for granted, because I definitely don't. That's why you don't see me like stopping working, just trying to hold a camera for the rest of my life. Like, that ain't me. Me is like this, jumping out, getting in the Mini X, being able to dig holes all day long. Like, that's the stuff that I love, and I ain't gonna give that up. I ain't gonna stop. You know, I always said if I like hit the lottery and made oodles and oodles of millions of dollars, I would just put that money to having like the most bad wood shop that I could have, like the sickest metal shop at my house. Like, it would just be kind of in the realm of like what Jesse James has done, where he just had a ton of money, but like he's dirtier than most people every day, and he puts in more work than most people do every day. Granted, when you have that much money, you don't have to worry about anything. You can sit in your shop for 20 hours and like, I guess not make money, but like have fun. I would love to get to that point in my life, but I'm never gonna put the tools down, never gonna stop working with my hands. So thank you guys. Any UTV side-by-side stuff, I want to get a Polaris. Hopefully at some point that'll happen. Do you think the cost of materials will go down? Lumber's been going down, not quite where it should be yet, but it's going down. Fraz, thank you, brother, all the way from Scotland towards my flight to Scotland. I don't even know how long that flight would be, but I have a feeling I would not do well on that long of a flight. I know you keep the family life private, but we need to say hi to Mama Rhino. She is definitely the boss of the family, let me tell you guys. We'll see, maybe one day she'll get on the channel, but I definitely do try to keep most of my family life private. You know, Papa Rhino, I didn't think he'd ever want to be in the videos until like he got in the videos, and then you guys gassed him up huge in the comments to where like his head went like poof. And all he does now when there's a video of him in it, is he just he's like a kid wanting to read all the comments that you guys have, like sending comments to him. So keep it up, guys. You keep him excited. I just realized like I'm talking right now, so if I'm talking too much, y'all just let me know. I know I can ramble. When you're making a video with Eddie, Monday's video will have Eddie in it. Actually, the video that I'm kind of filming today, you can see the GoPro there. This is going to be for Monday. Give you guys a big update on the ranch, on the gate project. Let me flip the camera around real quick. Hold on. While we're doing all this trenching, kind of the current status, and where we're going to be going here soon with the whole Rhino Ranch project. That'll be Monday. Does my mom watch the videos? Yes, she does. Cowell Edmondson, thank you, brother. How much lift should you put on your K15? Can't go wrong with like a 8-inch on those trucks. 6-inch is like decent, but I feel like 8, they look good. Am I taking some pre-workout, doing all this daily? Wait, are you taking some type of pre-workout before doing all this daily? Or no? So I used to take a pre-workout when I would like actually work out pretty heavily in the gym. Clearly you guys can see I've been slacking a little bit, but my body does not enjoy like super caffeinated, super stimulated stuff. So I had one that was like stimulant free. I don't remember what it is. I have it in my pantry. I'll go look it up one day and show it to you guys. But it was really good stuff. And it doesn't make you feel all itchy, doesn't make you feel all tingly, which some people like that. I don't. Do I have work for it iron-on patches? We had a batch of patches made. I was not happy with them. So we're working on a whole new rebatch, because I'm not going to sell you guys something that like I think is subpar. So completely ate the costs on those, and we switched manufacturers. But hopefully, you know, we get some new ones here soon. As I drink a Red Bull. Listen, a Red Bull's not that bad. All right, I don't know. It's the little one, and then I'm offsetting it with that. We're good. Got a lot of bread in me right now too, so soaking it up. Justin, I've questioned that to Mrs. Lacey. What? Hold on, I'm trying to get, as I feel my heartbeat just like raise right now. Maybe the Red Bull wasn't good. Arrowhead is the worst water. Bro, get out of here. Listen, this is all we drank growing up. I prefer it. What's funny is any like Fiji water and all that stuff, it like dries my mouth out. No bueno when you're trying to quench your thirst and actually like hydrate. So I don't care what anybody says, Arrowhead is my favorite. Y'all probably drink tap water when you go to a restaurant. I don't. So I'll take my Arrowhead any day over like some public water source, basically tap water that they throw in a bottle. Granted, is this as like natural spring water as it could be? I don't know. Don't really care. Haven't died from it yet. How much do you want for the OBS stock wheels? I should probably sell those. Shoot me an email, dmaxryno@hotmail.com. I'm not going to ship them, so if you're local, shoot me an offer, and I'll probably just get rid of them. I've been sitting on them for too long. I don't think there's ever anything I'm going to do with them. I just try and stick to Gatorade. So, fun fact, I don't know if I'd call it an addiction, but I used to drink like 6 of the light blue Frost Gatorades a day, which can't be good for you. I would drink like a half a bottle of water and like 6 Gatorades a day, and that was it. And I had like a health scare in 2016 that was completely unrelated, but my doctor like just happened to mention one day, they're like, oh, what if you have diabetes? And then I went into this like whirlwind of panic that like, oh crap, I have diabetes because I've been like consuming tons of sugar. So I call it the Great Diabetes Scare of 2016. Turns out I don't have diabetes. I don't even have pre-diabetes. I just had a really crappy doctor in urgent care that decided to give me a heart attack and scare me. But ever since then, I cut out a significant amount of sugar in my life, and Gatorade was one of them. To the point now where if I try and drink a light blue Gatorade, like it grosses me out. It's weird. So I have one, like an orange Gatorade, very rarely from time to time, but I don't know, maybe like one a month, if that. Well, there you go. That's how you found out you had diabetes. Yeah, the scariest thing in the world is getting told that. So yeah, I feel for guys like you who actually have it. I'm very fortunate, you know, knock on wood, that it never happens, but it was scary because basically the only way you can find out is like you go get a tester, and then the next morning, like, you're supposed to have a breakfast, and then within a certain amount of time your blood sugar should be back to like a certain level. So I went out, bought a tester, ate a breakfast that had like, you know, it had maple syrup and it had a bunch of sugar in it, and then like that, you prick your finger and you're like so scared to test because like that test basically is going to tell you like the fate of the rest of your life. And if it's your blood sugar hasn't gone back down, like, congratulations, you got diabetes and now your whole life just changed. So yeah, it took me about like, I don't even know, 10-20 minutes just staring at the tester to be like, I don't want to do this. Finally tested. I'm good guys, so don't worry. But yeah, scary time. So anybody that actually has it, I feel for you guys. Hard eating. I found a hard eating drinker, right? It is definitely hard. But are my trucks clean? My trucks are clean. I add smart water to my Gatorades. Like, you water down your Gatorade? I'm not a fan of watered down stuff. I just spent the day ripping stumps with my i35 Mini. Got the notification I had to take a break. Took a break from working on your Mini X to watch me sit in my Mini X. I appreciate that. Ripping out stumps is no fun. I'm honestly surprised. I'm skirting by like 10 trees. I'm probably about 8 feet away from each tree, but these things have been here for a while, and I have not hit any substantial roots yet. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm kind of jogging off where I want to be here a little bit. Let me get back on track. The dirt's gotten a little softer, so I'm gonna credit that to you guys. Carlos, thank you, brother. As a gordito crane operator, a 4X shirt would be appreciated. High vis preferably to keep the safety man away. The safety man, nobody's friend. Hopefully we get some soon, guys. We should have something 4X soon. It's 95 degrees. I don't know where you went. Hold on. There we go. Just got off work, blue collar. Heck yeah, man. All you guys out working weekends. That's when you make the money. We got 27,000 acres in West Texas. That's a heck of a property. How long does shipping usually take to the East Coast? Depends on what you purchase. Usually we factor like 2 to 3 days. But it depends on like what shipping you chose at checkout. We ship orders 3 days a week. So if you fall on a day that we're shipping, it'll ship out immediately. How do I feel about HVAC? One of the richest guys I know in the trades owns an HVAC company, so there's money in it, that's for sure. And it's needed because, yeah, it just keeps getting hotter. Everybody needs air conditioning. I don't know how some people live without it. Have you always wear sunglasses and hats a lot? I notice a lot of YouTubers I watch do. So I've been wearing hats, and I don't know, I've probably been wearing hats and sunglasses since high school. I can't be without sunglasses. My eyes absolutely hate sunlight. It like, it's the point where like I'll get migraines if I'm not wearing sunglasses. So I know it's a little impersonal to wear sunglasses so often for these things, but yeah, I don't enjoy the headaches. I really dig the original Work For It logo with the American flag in the fore. Any future apparels with that design? We got quite a few cool things coming up. It's definitely in the works to put something like that on a shirt. But yeah, we definitely will be coming out with something. YouTubers tend to wear sunglasses so you can't tell where they're looking. You'll definitely notice if you see people not wearing sunglasses in videos that their eyes are wandering while they're talking to their camera, or they're looking like at the screen on the camera instead of the lens, which basically it would be like me talking to you guys but looking up here. Like it's not like I'm not looking at you guys, and that's weird because I'm watching myself on the screen. I don't do that. I don't flip my screen around, so I don't like watch what I'm doing, but that's the thing. Dude, you're the one that inspired me to go blue collar. I tried university for a few years, it just wasn't for me. Now I'm a couple months in from having my HVAC certification. Awesome, Michael, congratulations, brother. That's rad. Mr. 626, I'm running PVC. Will I sell any of my trucks? Everything is for sale, guys. Everything has a price that I would let it go for. I don't know, I get pretty attached, so it would take the right price, but I'd be dumb to not sell everything. I mean, I can't use all the trucks that I have right now anyway, so there's gonna be some announcements coming soon in that respect. Can I buy your BB truck? Yeah, absolutely. If you want that truck, I will sell you that truck today. I've considered selling it just because I don't use it very often, and I hate to see things sit. So it's only got 40,000 miles on her. She's in primo condition. Now would be the time to buy her. But I do something bigger than the BBB. I feel like every build has to one up the next build, so just wait till you guys see the 450. I think the 450 is by far the biggest truck we're not ever gonna do, like the biggest truck to date that we're gonna do. It'll be bigger than anything we've done before, so you guys should be hopefully you're excited, because I'm excited. How did I hook up with custom offsets? So in the Instagram world, a lot of us talk to each other, custom offsets. Some of the bigger companies, like we all like have become friends through Instagram, so that's kind of just how that happened. We started talking ideas, talking projects, and then you kind of meet the people that run the social media pages, and yeah, I don't know, you just kind of connect that way. What up from Wisconsin? There you go, custom offsets in your backyard. They're dying to get us out there, so maybe one day we'll make our way out to Wisconsin. Swimming pool in the future. So fun fact, the old Rhino, not a big swimming pool guy. I love a lazy river. Could care less about a swimming pool, other than for like looks and resale value. So if I were ever to build one, it would be because it looks good and it's going to bring the resale value of the property up. Now, is that worth 80 to 100 grand? Currently in my life, it is not. So I wouldn't anticipate a swimming pool anytime soon unless we get creative and build like something above ground that's not too redneck. How's the new transfer tank doing? Waiting on getting pumps for it. Yes, I'm working on the front entrance right now. Will we be able to meet you at Flog Fest? I'm planning on making a 22-hour trip. Sad to hear Fern isn't going though. Yes, I'll be at Flog Fest. Most of the crew will be at Flog Fest. And I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not, but Fern's going to be at Flog Fest. So Fern, if you're watching it, and I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, sorry, but the people want to know. When are we going to see more pit bike races? That's a good question. It's a little hot out here. Nobody wants to come out here in 100-something degrees and ride pit bikes. My bike is currently getting built right now. I hope to have it back next week, fully built. This thing's going to be sick. It's going to be a beautiful bike when she's done. Full frame off, powder coating the frame, bunch of aftermarket parts going on there. She's going to be a monster. So I'm excited to get her back. Everything's at powder coat right now. So like I said, hopefully by next week we'll have that bike back. Really wish I knew how. Oh, there we go. I'm getting better at bringing up the comments. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Out rolling in my semi, bringing food to SoCal from Colorado, owning and operating. There you go, brother. So I'm not in the trucking world. I used to think I could be a long haul trucker. I enjoy being by myself, and like I enjoy music and I enjoy talk radio. So like, I don't know. I didn't think it'd be a bad combo. As I've had to drive more and more over the years, it is not for me. So kudos to all you guys that can sit in a truck for endless hours on, you know, days on end. You guys are awesome. You clearly keep this country going, so we appreciate you. Don't know how you do it because I could not do it, so I'm glad you guys do. Am I doing anything for my receding hairline? Yeah, man, I'm wearing a hat that totally makes my I think the only reason any of my hairline got messed up at all is because I wear a hat, but I've got quite the illustrious, beautiful head of hair, so I hate to break it to you. I got quite a widow's peak, but got a lot of hair. Flip the camera, please. So the camera's really close to the front glass. It's not like a good angle here. Let's see. There you guys go. We'll let you watch a little bit of the work going on here. I'm not worried about being too clean. Literally, I'm throwing some pipe in this freaking trench and then keep burying it right away. So I'm not worried at all about cleaning my edges or anything like that. This thing's gonna get filled in like immediately. It's not a footing. So not worried about it, guys. Not worried about it. My accepting applications for front gate security. No health insurance. If you get bit by a snake, you're on your own. Other than that, it pays $2 a day, but you get to pet the animals. So I think it's a pretty fair trade-off. How pissed would I be if you got to work for it? Tattoo? I would be stoked. If you guys go on to the Work For It Instagram page, we have a whole, like, you know, you can save stories. We have a whole saved area of stories of everybody that has a Work For It tattoo. So if you get one, by all means, send me a picture of it and you will be forever immortalized on the Work For It Instagram page. I think it's absolutely rad. You guys know I got one right there. It's probably backwards, but yeah, you guys should definitely, if you guys want one, absolutely go for it. Just do me a favor and send me a picture, because I think it's freaking cool. Like, it's kind of hard to explain to anybody how, like, something you created people want to put on your body. Like, it's the most humbling freaking thing ever. You guys are rad. Rhino inspired me to start welding. Gonna be going to school for this winter. Awesome. I'm assuming you're gonna be 10 times the welder I am, because I'm just kind of faking it till I make it on the whole welding world. But good luck, brother. I know there's a lot of good money in welding, so hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully you enjoy it. You know, a lot of people always ask me, like, what trade should they get into? You're not gonna know until you try it. You couldn't pay me to be a plumber. I probably would be an electrician, but I'm doing all the, like, lower voltage stuff. You ain't putting me on the big stuff. There's just certain trades that I know aren't for me. But then there's certain trades that I love. Like I love sitting in equipment for, you know, a certain amount of time. The reason I became a general contractor is because I get to kind of switch up what I do from day to day. I'm not like a tile contractor where I'm currently like every day is either tile or prepping for tile. Tile, prepping for tile. I got started in this industry doing concrete and masonry, and it was all pouring concrete, laying block, or prepping to pour concrete and laying block. And that's like, it just got repetitive. I don't do well in repetitive scenarios, so wasn't for me. Thank you, D. When's the fire truck getting moved up to the property? We still need to do some stuff with the fire truck. Number one, figure out how to use it. Number two, I need hoses for it. I need covers for some of the inlets because we won't be able to build pressure until I get like these big 6-inch caps to go on there. So I've been lagging. Like there's no excuse other than me lagging on getting the stuff I need to get that thing up and running. I don't think it's going to be an ideal ranch fire truck. It takes 2 people to operate it, and it only holds 750 gallons. So there's definitely a water truck in my future. And if any of you guys have an affordable water truck, preferably 2,000 plus gallons, let me know. But I think that's a better option because I can actually sit in the cab, have sprayers on the truck, and I can run the pumps while driving, which I think is a better option. It doesn't rely on 2 people. You're not pulling hoses. Yes, Larry Elder for California. Get Newsom out. I'm a big Larry Elder fan. Hold on, guys. Going through your comments here. The animals are doing great. I love my E32. What up, Canada? S. Smith. You guys are freaking rad. Like, there's almost 1,000 of you right now, like, just watching me sit here and ramble to you guys. Like, this is cool. I love to be able to interact with you guys. I think ripping up concrete is the best part of the job. It can be fun, but it can also be annoying. If you get some stubborn concrete with a ton of rebar in it, it makes for very slow, long days. You guys are gonna watch this upload whenever the next ranch video goes live, and you're gonna see, like, you can totally tell where I started talking on YouTube because my trench went from like straight to like and back. You and Dave need to go to the gym again. Yeah, so currently the ranch is a little bit of a drive for Dave. Dave hasn't been going to like the gym, but he has been enjoying the crap out of some jiu-jitsu. So that's like his new gym. So the reason you don't see Jade very often is he goes to jiu-jitsu, just struggling to say that there, like 6 days a week. So unless I want to join jiu-jitsu with him, that's why we don't hang out that often. Do I work out in my new gym? Yeah, so I took a break for like a month and I regret it. So don't ever take time off from working out. I'm slowly getting back into my routine, but I love my gym. The only thing is it's not currently air conditioned, so I need to get like a dual zone mini split for that side of the house. So all you HVAC guys out there, if any of you guys are local, let me know. I need to get a dual zone HVAC setup for that half of the house that doesn't have HVAC. And all the HVAC on my house is underneath the slab, all the ducting, so it's not like I can just run into that room from the existing. So we're gonna go with new. Love to see you and Jack do something. He's my East Coast channel, about an hour from him. Me and Jack have been together in quite a few videos. Actually, Jack has stayed at my house before when he comes out to California. We've done a bunch of stuff. We'll be together at Sema this year. I'm assuming he's going. I don't see why he wouldn't go. But that's Sema. I love Sema because it's the one time that like me and all my friends from around the country like can get together in a place. We all kind of do the same thing. Like if you don't YouTube full time or even part time, you don't understand. Like it's kind of a pain in the butt. Granted, we choose to do it, so we don't complain about it. But it's nice when you get with people that also do it and also understand it. It's cool. I'm an HVAC tech and we're glad to help you out with some mini splits. Nick, if you're local, shoot me an email, dmaxryno@hotmail.com. I just need somebody that can come out here and install it. Where's Willie? That's a good question. I see Walter the bull. He is right there. That's Big Walt. I don't know where Willie is. Like, it's easy for the animals to kind of go missing on the property for most of the day, and then at nighttime they come back around and they're ready for food. You should just get a Mr. Cool. So Mr. Cools are like the little pre-made DIY mini split systems. What I don't like about them, I mean, they're cool for a certain extent because they come pre-charged. You don't have to charge them. You don't need all the refrigerant and all that stuff or whatever it's called. But the problem is you can't cut the lines. So you're basically stuck with this like a bunch of extra length of line that you have to coil up and just shove somewhere. I don't like that. Not my cup of tea. It's not clean in my opinion. Jeez, this trench got super crooked right now. Let's see if you guys can see. We were going straight right there, and then I started talking too much, and then we got a little crooked. Whatever. Your videos rock, and you're so cool just to have you chat. Thank you, Arizona Photo Man. I appreciate you, brother. If you could put Kings or Fox, would it help the ride quality? No. So the ride quality on the single cab sucks because the solid axles back in the day, even though that one was solid axle swapped, the way that the shackle pivots is like backwards from where it should when you hit a bump. So they make a reverse shackle kit that goes on the front leaf springs that'll make it ride a little bit better, but you're still riding on like super stiff leaf springs. So eventually I would love to 4-link front and rear that truck, coil over that truck. So that might be happening sooner than later. I actually have a big announcement I'm going to be making on that truck. We're just waiting on finalizing the deal for it. But you guys kind of guessed it in the last video. Like, the single cab's going to be getting built-ish. Like, I can't leave stuff alone. And the fact that that was my beater, it's not going to be my beater for long. I hate to say it, but we're going to build that thing into a pretty cool truck. There you go. Follow Chris, C Bailey 619. Get his follower count up. Are you gonna bring the fire truck out? So I think I mentioned it earlier. Fire truck is not the ideal ranch savior vehicle that you think it is. It's only got 750 gallons on board, which if you're running those pumps, that's like less than a minute and a half of water, maybe a little bit longer depending on the hose size you're using. So a water truck is in my future. The fire truck's cool. I'm super stoked to be able to buy a fire truck. I just don't think it's gonna be the ideal ranch firefighting option. Now, that being said, you better believe if a fire comes through here and they close the roads again, old Rhino's putting on my nice yellow jacket with my nice firefighter hat that I still need to get, and I'm coming through that police line and I'm like, yeah, I'm a volunteer fire department, like, you're not keeping me from getting to my house. So I'm gonna keep it just as that emergency. If they ever close the roads down again like the last fire and we had to sneak in every day to get past the police line to come feed my animals, so if all I do is keep the fire truck around for that, then it's worth it. Llama, they don't talk anymore. Llamas don't talk. Do you have a favorite stereo system for all your trucks, and what kind of speakers and size? So back in the day, I was big into like lounge sound systems and all that stuff. Not so much anymore. I mentioned it earlier, like I enjoy talk radio and like podcasts. So I'm not into big booming sound systems anymore. I do love music though. So every once in a while there's a song that I want to crank up and I want to have some bass, and but I want it to be clean. Not just loud, I want it to be clean. But I'm so out of touch of like what's like the new companies are nowadays versus what was like popular back in the day when I was fucking, oh shoot, I don't know if I can cuss. Yikes. Back when I was putting stereos and stuff in vehicles. But yeah. Any new work for it sweater designs? We are working on a lot of new work for stuff, and we have a big work for it announcement coming soon. Let's see, I'm about the halfway point here, so we're going to be doing something at the halfway point of this trench that I think we're kind of there. I think we actually passed the halfway point, which is good because it's a long freaking trench that I'm digging right now. Trenches for the front gate project. So Monday there will be a video on all this and it'll kind of make a little more sense to you guys, but right now I wanted to just be able to connect with you guys. And I knew I had a bunch of time, and surprisingly I have really good Wi-Fi right here from the house. So I'm doing a little Q&A. What does it cost to install a train horn on average? So there's a huge variance in that. If you have like the Horn Blasters kit where it's just literally like you build it and then you drop your little spare tire thing through it and you crank it up, you're at probably $500 to $600 depending on the truck. You want to go more invasive and you want to do like a custom tank, custom compressor setup on a plate with like a Nathan horn or something like that, your cost goes up pretty significantly. If you want Zach to like build you a super trick custom setup and cram a bunch of stuff in a little space, cost goes up because it's just a ton of labor hours. Anytime there's any of that fabricating and you trying to cram a bunch of stuff in a small space, it's mainly labor. It adds up and it's a lot of time. But Zach's definitely one of the best. Do you need rock below concrete walking path? I'm not a rock guy. I don't like putting gravel underneath concrete. I like putting decomposed granite and getting a nice solid base out of that. Some people go gravel. It's not my style. I prefer decomposed granite. It's easier to grade out, so you know you got a consistent slab depth. Whereas if you're trying to like grade gravel, you're gonna have high and low spots. It's just not that easy to grade out. So DG is easier. You can use sand if you want. I like DG because it packs really well. But a lot of different options. I mean, most guys will literally just pour it on top of dirt. Again, not my favorite because you're not getting a consistent base and you're not going to end up with a consistent slab thickness unless you have really good dirt where you're at and it's easy to grade. Did I finish my driveway to the house? No, that's a lot of concrete, a lot of money, and it's going to take a long time for that driveway to get finished. Slowly but surely, guys, we're working on everything out here. When I do homework, I listen to Chill Step Radio and it turned me on to 2 Feet. And I think you would like him. Please check him out. I don't know who 2 Feet is, but if he drives with 2 feet, so do I. I appreciate it. How much for a custom lift kit? So we're not exactly building custom lift kits. Yeah, that's a different ball game. Can I donate plumbing work to the Work For It fam? Oh, I'm sure the guys will be, you know, if anybody needs it, shoot me an email so we have your information. I'm sure they'd love to hit you up. Do I still have the 26s from the Sema build? Nope. So I sold those. About those train horns, I acquired a horn for one other 7 tons at our motor pool. Whoa. What do I need to do in order to use the horn for my truck? I know I need a tank and compressor. You need tank, you need compressors, you need your fittings, you need your air lines, and then you need your electric solenoid valve. All really easy to find online. You can probably actually just find a kit that'll have everything you need. But basically, yeah, like the electric solenoid valve is what's gonna, like, when you hit the button, that's what cranks the air valve open and dumps the horns. So that's really the biggest piece that you need to that puzzle. Will I ever do another Sema build? I'm not going to say we're currently working on a Sema build, but there's a chance we're currently working on a Sema build. Whatever happened to the K10 you were going to get from the guy named Manny? So, when we went and looked at it, number one, it was like almost going to be impossible to get it on my trailer. And number two, for the build that I wanted to do, it wasn't ideal. Manny was going to turn that thing into like a pre-runner, and he was going to cut it up. So for that, it made sense. Like the body panels were kind of far gone to where cutting it up would have made more sense. Then, you guys know I like clean, not quite restored, but like resto mod style, where, you know, the body and everything's clean, but it's got like new suspension, modern wheels and tires. And that truck was a little far gone for what I wanted to do without taking like an absolute ton of money. So ended up passing on it. Manny did sell it to somebody else, so I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna be made into something cool. How much longer before the mini truck makes it out to Rhino Ranch? So hopefully soon. I need to get the new hydraulic pump for it because the current one needs to get rebuilt, and a replacement's like not that expensive, so it just makes sense to replace it instead of trying to rebuild it. Once I get that rebuilt, I need to get a driver's side window made because I'm not going to have that thing out here with no window. Like, the cats are going to live in it. I'm allergic to cats, and just bugs and dirt and stuff are going to get in it. So once I get the driver's side window made and the hydraulic pump, she will be coming out to the ranch. And as much as I hate that she's going to get put to work, she won't get put to work. So that paint job looks good now, probably won't look good in like 6 months. I'm still going to build the golf cart. I don't know, that golf cart got jacked up in the last like couple months of work out here. Like that thing has earned its keep tenfold. It's been worked hard, but it has been beat up. I mean, that rear seat that we put on it, it flipped down to where we had the generator on it. Well, the guys weren't paying attention, and the exhaust was pointed right at the rear seat cushion. So completely melted the rear seat cushion on the rear seat that we had put on. Then they were standing on that platform and like trimming trees, and a big branch fell and like dented the platform, the flip over seat platform. So kind of over putting money into that thing. I don't think we're going to really put too much more into it, and I'm just going to let it be the used and abused ranch vehicle that it is. We need more Rhino and Dave truck reviews. You guys stay tuned for the next couple of YouTube videos. There's been a lot of changes over at the warehouse last week, including the podcast room. So you guys, you're not going to want to miss that. Also, Joseph, thank you, brother. I have experience in mostly all trades. I want to get my own license one day. Basically, are you hiring? No one is hiring, and I'm pretty local to you. Love your channel, man. I'm not sure where you're getting nobody's hiring, because everybody I know is hiring. As long as you're qualified. Now, is everybody hiring at like $150 an hour? No. But I have a feeling pretty much everybody's hiring. Am I hiring? I'm not. But I know some guys. If you want to get into like the masonry field, I could probably get you a job there. If you got a Class A, you know, maybe James will hire you. I know he's always looking for drivers, dump truck, probably operators, depending on what he's got going on. But I feel like everybody's hiring. I feel like it's so hard to find labor right now. Now, granted, you know, depending on your experience, you're probably going in as a laborer, and a lot of people don't want that. They don't want to deal with that. But that's kind of, unfortunately, where most people are going to start you. And as they see you work with tools, and as they see that, like, this guy is more skilled than we thought, or, you know, he wasn't lying, then you'll get bumped up. But a lot of people just don't want to start at the bottom, and it sucks, but it is what it is. How's the Angel Dog Gunner doing? I love the support of the Blue Line keychain. I bought 4 of them. Awesome. 95 Arrow Boy. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the $10 too. You are super, super rad. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This totally feels like I'm a webcam girl, which is really, really weird. But you guys are rad. Like, thank you. Gunner is doing awesome. You know, he's getting up there. He's I believe he's 11 years old now, 10 or 11. So you know, his days on the ranch are a little more laid back than they used to be. But still doing good. He will still chase the ball until he passes out if you let him. He's just an all-around, like, still a giant puppy. He still has a puppy face. He still acts like a puppy, but is the most respectful, most gentle, smartest dog I've ever met in my life. And I'm not just saying that because he's mine, but he is the absolute best dog. I'll donate $50 to take its top off. Listen, you don't tempt me with that $50, alright? I'm barely wearing a shirt as it is. I don't think YouTube would appreciate that, though. We should probably not do that. Let's not do that. Thanks for making my favorite videos. You made some of my worst days much better. Awesome, brother. I appreciate that. Any videos with James coming up? Actually, Monday's video, you'll see James, and you'll see some of the progress over at his house on his entrance project that he's working on. But yeah, I know, like, you guys see us like doing a lot of stupid stuff on the channel. I know that, like, I make myself look dumb a lot, and granted, like, a lot of that's for entertainment. Like, I could hide when I screw something up, or I could hide like how not a mechanic I am, and like, but why? Like, why try and act like I'm Mr. Cool Guy on the channel, or like I know everything? I don't. Like, Zach has built pretty much all of my modern current trucks that I have. Why? Because Zach is a pro at what he does. Zach owns, you know, $50,000 worth of tools that make every job he does easier versus me struggling to try and figure it out and do all that. And while Zach's doing that, I get the time to film and make content for you guys versus trying to like do the work and film at the same time, which would never happen. It's too hard. So I don't mind showing like, hey, this isn't my world. I'll try some stuff. I'll look dumb on camera because you know what? We probably all would look dumb doing certain things. And hopefully it brings some entertainment to you guys. Like, I don't get upset if people are like, oh my God, you're so useless. How dare you not be a professional at rebuilding shocks or whatever. Doesn't bother me in the least. But hey, I'll watch you guys like, or I'll let you guys watch me like watch a spring go flying across the shop and almost killing somebody, because hopefully it's a little bit of dumb entertainment for you guys. You know, we just have fun. Carlos, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Have I ever used crushed concrete or slag for your base? I have not. We've got an abundance of DG in my area, so that's what we use for pretty much everything. My videos felt like the only consistent thing in your life. Glad we can count on you for content. Thank you, Gino. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being consistent and watching my videos. I try to not just make my channel all truck stuff. And I know for some of you guys, like, you came here for the truck stuff. And then some of you guys, like, just found out about my channel through the ranch stuff. But I don't want my channel to be like a one-trick pony where it's like, hey, here's all we're doing at the ranch. Like, I want to be able to change it up. Because my life consists of just doing a bunch of random different stuff, and I should probably start turning this trench again because I'm going way towards this tree. Yeah, apparently I haven't been paying attention to what I'm doing. But regardless, hopefully you guys kind of enjoy the variation in content. It doesn't feel like the same, you know, buy truck, build truck, repeat. Like, I don't know. I get bored of doing that. Like, I love trucks. I love, like, having builds going, but, like, until the industry changes, I feel like there's only so much stuff you can do. And then once something new comes out in the industry, that's when I like to make a change and do something different. But, you know, the ranch has been an awesome addition to the channel because there's so much more cool stuff that we can do here that not a lot of people can do if you don't have like this much space just to be able to freely do stuff on your land. So hopefully it's content that you guys enjoy. I love sharing it with you guys. I love being able to get out here and do this on my own property because I'm so used to just like building stuff for other people and not myself. So to be able to do it here is rad. Any plans to buy a square body? If the right one comes around, I'm in. But you guys know pricing's insane right now. I don't feel like paying inflated prices for stuff. Who edits my videos? So I edit all my stuff. I film all my stuff. Other than when you see like the really, really sick B-roll compilations, like the last video I posted, all like the cool welding shots and all that. My friend Brooklyn, she is a master of all of those types of video reels. So she'll do those parts for me and just sends me absolute masterpieces that I get to add to my videos. But for the most part, I film and edit every video till about 2, 3, 4 every morning. It's just part of the lifestyle. Should I have an editor by now? Probably, but I like knowing that the content I'm putting out is 100% made by me, touched by me. I'm not just passing along content to somebody else and letting them put it together because it's just not genuine in my book. At some point, I'm sure I'll have to if the channel keeps growing, but currently, I'm going to keep making sure my hands are pretty much on every part of the process. If I wasn't a contractor, what would I be? That's a very good question. I don't really know. Well, okay, let me take it. So I did go to school for my real estate license. And then I was right out of high school. And the state screwed up the test date for me and kept like pushing it back and pushing it back. And then like it ended up getting pushed back like a year. And by the time the test date came around, I'm like, dude, I don't remember any of this stuff, even though I passed all my classes. So I was, at the time, full-time in construction, and I was just like, screw it. I don't feel like trying to relearn all this stuff real quick for the test, and I feel like I'm just going to waste my time. So if I was not in construction, I would probably be in real estate. Start off as an agent and then move into investment properties and that whole world. Basically use my agent status to get first-hand dibs on deals because that's what most people do. Let's see, going through here. How many hours on the Mini? The Mini currently has 285 hours on her. Everyone hit the thumbs up. Absolutely. Thank you, Cody. Started watching when you're doing the BBB. Awesome. Blondes or brunettes? It's a good question. I will put it to you guys this way. I have dated mostly Mexican women in my whole life, so not a whole lot of natural blonde Mexican girls out there. So, I'm a brunette guy. Do I bid jobs and then sub them out? It depends on the job and it depends on what it is. Like, I'm not a drywall guy, I'm not a plumber, so a lot of that stuff will get subbed out. But if you need like small repair drywall stuff, you need like not a whole house painted, but a decent size painted, like I'll handle all that type of stuff that most people would sub out. But for the most part, I'm in for like the bigger stuff. But yeah, I got a pretty good list of buddies in the trades that can handle everything. Any update on Dedic? Yeah, so I'm hoping Dedic's gonna be at Flog Fest. We're not 100% sure right now. He's trying to figure out how to make it happen, but if you guys are not coming to Flog Fest September 24th and 25th, you should be coming. St. George, Utah. Come out. We'll all be there. Come say what's up. And I'm hoping Dedic will be there. Snow's gonna be there. Chris is gonna be there. Vern's gonna be there. Just a lot of other guys will be there. It's gonna be a great time. One of the best shows of the year. So you guys will definitely appreciate coming out. High vis work for shirts anytime soon. We do have our high vis long sleeve shirts. So if you guys are looking for long sleeves, I know it's still a little warm out. It's still hot as heck here, but I guess the rest of the country, like I guess y'all get winters and stuff. So we have our high vis long sleeves back in stock. We just restocked those last week, but we are working on more high vis stuff. I want to put more out. So basically with like how that world works is you got to make a work shirt kind of affordable. So typically high vis stuff is just going to have one color design on it, because obviously the less colors in a design, the cheaper it is to make. Not always, but most of the time. So we've got to come up with some more one color designs. That way, you know, you guys aren't paying a ton of money for a shirt that you know you're just going to beat up at work. 106 in San Bernardino. That is a rough one. What up, Wyatt Nolan? We'll be over at JW show on the 25th. Well, you go to JW show, then you hop in the plane and you end up over at Flogfest. Or go to Flogfest on the 24th. It's 2 days, so you can pick a day you want to go. Will I ever do a big construction job on the channel again, like the flagship project? I'm sure I will. So the owners of that property are super, super cool. Like some of the, if not the best family I've ever worked for, or done a job for. And there was no issues with me filming. They loved it. I made them a super sick video of like the entire progress of that build. So a lot of commercial jobs, like filming can get weird on. Like they don't want you running around with a camera, especially like I don't know. It's a weird thing. So finding projects where they're cool with me running around on the camera, it's kind of tough. But if I ever come across another giant project like that and we can film it, you better believe we're gonna film it, because it's cool for me to look back on Zoom and be like, holy crap, you remember when we pulled that off? Like, that was rad. You wanna do that again? Yeah, that should be fun. I'm not from 29 Palms. Look behind you, you're about to run into a tree. Yeah, oh, trust me, I know. So I've been trying to trench as close to these trees as I can, because I don't want to be out in like the road, which is right there. I know it doesn't look like a road, but that's the road. But my trench has to basically like go around all the trees, because I'm trying to keep it way this way. But yeah, I want to see how straight the trench is. This trench is not straight. Listen, half of it got dug at night, and the other half gets dug while I'm talking on YouTube. This is not, I'm not proud of how not straight this trench is. Or, yeah, whatever I just said. And I'm dodging all these trees, because I'm trying to stay close, but I'm also trying to not scratch the crap out of my Mini X, even though we've already done that on this trench. Have I ever been to Pismo? I have never been to Pismo. Sounds like I've pretty much missed my opportunity, since they're trying to and or are closing that whole freaking thing down. It's a cool place. It looks really cool. Love the idea of being able to ride on the water. Most free states seem to have no problem with anybody doing it, but good old California shuts down everything fun. the main reason I bought as much land as I did, guys, is because so much like cool stuff that we used to do back in the day, California has like closed down the public areas you can do it in, or they're shrinking them, or they're over-regulating to where it's like not fun anymore. So I knew the only way to be able to do the fun stuff that I want to continue to do in California is I need to do it on my own private property, to where we can essentially, within reason, do whatever we want. So that's why I bought the ranch, and so far, you know, we've pretty much lived up to it with the dirt bike tracks, having skydivers come out, helicopters at the property. We've got a lot of cool plans for some big stuff going down out here as well. So hopefully in the future it can keep going. I want to make sure this property lives up to its name. That's for sure. Sergio is definitely cool. Tuli, I'm from Sanger. Let's go Steelers. I don't know what Sula something means. I'm not sure what that means. Skid steer in the future. Yes, absolutely. I will be getting a skid steer. It's on the list, but again, everything's just, you know, money. So you got to make the money before you can spend the money. And I don't like to, you know, barely put any money down or finance something to where like it's cutting it close on something I don't need. Like I don't want to go broke just trying to buy a bunch of stuff that like not an emergency to buy. So I want to make sure, you know, that I've safely made enough money to be able to like comfortably buy it. And currently, you know, I'm not quite in the zone where I'm comfortable spending that much money on a skid steer, but it'll eventually happen. You know, one day at a time. Got to keep working for it. It's not just a saying that we just throw out there. Like, it's real. I'm out here doing it too. You know, and so far it works. Where would I like to retire? That's a good question. Hold on, I gotta point my air conditioning back up at let's see here, at the phone. Are we on there? We're on there, keeping it cool. Alright. I don't know. I've never been to Texas. I love everything Texas stands for. If all the Californians moving to Texas haven't ruined it by the time I'm ready to retire, if I ever retire, it's not like I get a retirement from what I'm doing. So I don't really know. But I feel like Texas, if it's half as cool as I think it is, I would love to end up there at some point. And jeez, this trench got sideways. I'm blaming you guys. Hopefully my YouTube video. When this YouTube video comes out, I'm gonna need all of y'all to go in the comments, because there's only 862 people in here, which means not everybody in here, or well, not everybody watching the video is watching this right now. So you make sure you let them know that the reason my trench is so crazy is because I decided it would be a good idea to answer questions while digging a trench. California is a dump. The exodus continues. It is not a dump in terms of what you're saying. Politics-wise, it's a dump. Is it overregulated? Absolutely. Is it some of the best and most beautiful weather in the country? Yes, it is. Is it some of the best and most beautiful like land in the country? Yes, it is. Is there a lot of money here? Yes, there is. Again, it's overregulation, and it's rules and laws and regulations that suck, that have like made people think it's horrible. But check out anybody that comes out here and ask them about California once they actually come out here. They're gonna tell you it is actually a really rad place. Have I taken care of the coyote problem? We've actually been pretty decent. We did lose 2 guinea hens the other night. We're assuming coyote. We don't really have any proof. And welcome back to this tree, guys. We're back in a tree here. The lights that I put on the animal pens have definitely helped. And then locking the goats up at night is like, it's just an unfortunate reality that we have to do. So it keeps them safe though. It keeps them safe, and that's important. I love my upper from Palmetto State Armory, so I'm gonna stick with Palmetto State Armory. Big fan of their stuff. Thoughts on Newsom? Get rid of that clown. I can't stand Newsom. I should do a dirty job series like Mike Rowe. I would love to be my generation's Mike Rowe. I would love to have the platform that he had. That is like end all be all, like my dream job is to be able to like have that platform. Again, what Mike Rowe did for blue collar was absolutely huge. and it's kind of what I'm trying to do with the Work For It brand. It's what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. Is to promote pride in blue collar work, show people that you can be successful working blue collar. It is a great option. It's not the horrible option your teacher's trying to tell you it is. It's a great option, and it's one of the most rewarding options. Granted, you know, if you're sitting behind a desk making 150 grand a year, like, that's not a bad living. But then, like, do you ever get to step back at the end of the day and be like, oh, look at all this work I completed? Like, nah, okay, there's a pile of papers over there that wasn't there earlier. There's the work I completed. You come out here and you build something with your own two hands, and you step back, or if you're like me and you drive through town with anybody that hasn't been in that area, and you're gonna point out every single house you worked on, every project you've done as you're like driving through town, like, that's what's cool to me. I love every bit of that, like, and actually having something real to show for it. So I love blue collar work. I love being in the trades. Highly, highly recommended. And we are currently in a tree. So we're just gonna keep digging though. Still though, Portland, Oregon is the best place to meet. All depends on what you prefer. I mean, yeah, you look at like some of the crap Portland went through last year with the old whatever zone that they took over the streets, and like, I would consider that part a dump. But I'm sure there's beautiful parts, and you know, I don't think that city's for me, but is what it is. I should probably just like rip this part of the tree off with the Mini X at this point, because I don't really want to be in here. My trench is getting really crooked dodging all these trees, but also trying to keep it like in between the trees. Alright, let's see here. Let's see what I can grab. Oh man, this branch is big. Alright, sorry tree, but you're probably not going to end up living here forever anyway, because, well, I hate to say it, but I don't like these trees. Let's flip the camera around for you guys. Let's give this thing the old heave-ho yoink. Sorry tree, don't hate me. Hippies, look away. You're not gonna enjoy this, but yoink. There we go. We're just gonna set that right there. Well, that guy didn't really do a whole lot. Where's this next branch at? Let's get this next branch here. Again, I know the camera angle's kind of weird, but like, my phone's on the glass, so you're right up on the glass. But let's see. And yes, I'll come back and trim the tree with a freaking chainsaw so it's a clean cut. Don't worry, guys, don't worry. All my arborists. The tree will survive. Alright. We're gonna call that good enough. Sorry, tree. Had to do it. Oh, I don't know what I just pressed. Hold on, there we go. Alright. What up, South Carolina? Sucks knowing 96% of my neighbors voted for the wrong guy. Yeah, I don't blame you. Shout out Omaha, Nebraska. I've seen workforce stickers. So sick. I make a living off of farming. That's awesome. So, fun fact, I come from a family of dairy farmers. I don't know if I was, I guess, bred for blue collar work, but it's definitely in my genes, and got a lot of family in some type of blue collar world, but come from a family of dairy farmers. It's not the world for me, but again, it takes all kinds. It takes people like that are willing to do it, just like truck drivers, to get the world by. Like, the world needs dairies, the world needs milk, the world needs people to truck the milk, the world needs people to stock the shelves, the world needs everybody. So to anybody that complains or talks down on any job, it drives me insane. Like, y'all should be thankful that there's somebody that wants to be a janitor and clean up the piss on the floor so you don't have to see it every time you go into like a public bathroom, versus talking down on somebody that does that for a living. I just don't understand that mentality, because I'm very thankful that there's people willing to do some of the jobs that like absolutely suck. Like, there's nothing fun about some of these jobs at all. Like, what we do, we have hard days, but you have fun days. I can't imagine a day that's fun cleaning up, like, I don't know, puke at an amusement park and being that kind of janitor. I don't get it. But somebody chose to do that for a living, so we don't have to sit there and see it and step in it. So always be appreciative of people out there, whatever the job is that they do, because it takes all kinds. Trades and coding are a must. Assuming you're meaning like computer coding, obviously a huge thing. I mean, computers are pretty much the wave of the future for essentially everything. I mean, the excavator that I'm sitting in right now has a computer in it that, you know, tells the joysticks to tell the hydraulics what to do. So yeah, all that stuff's important. All right, we're still in the tree a little bit, guys, but we're gonna get out of this. Don't you worry about a thing. Would I ever like be a pipeline welder? I don't know. I'm not I don't think I'd pass any certification tests currently with my welds, but looks like there's money in it. The problem with like the oil and gas industry, granted, there's really good money when there's really good money, but you're in like a volatile industry that all of a sudden there could be, you know, all it takes is one politician or one company decision and they're laying off thousands of people, and then you're like, all right, well, what do I do now? It's just something you got to take into consideration when you're doing that. A better industry in my eyes is to become a lineman, because you know there's always going to be power. Like, you're always going to need power. The price of power isn't exactly changing. Granted, solar might change some things, but like linemen are always going to be very, very much needed. So I'd go in that world. Are the wide brim hats coming back? Yes, we should have those soon. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are waiting for the straw hats, we should have a batch back soon. And I got a lot more this time, so hopefully we don't sell out immediately like we did last time. What up, Fort Worth, Texas? I would absolutely love to be in Fort Worth. My goal at some point in life is to go to, if not regularly, be able to go to Billy Bob's. A lot of my favorite musicians play there, so most of my favorite albums are live from Billy Bob's, Texas. Like, those are, I don't know, Billy Bob's just a cool place. Fort Worth Stockyards. So eventually, at some point, I'm gonna be in Fort Worth. Don't know when, don't know how. What up, Santee? And hold on, guys, I know I'm like kind of not focused right now on questions, but I'm legitimately having to look underneath this tree. Hold on. This is what I'm looking at right now. So yeah, that's yeah, trying to look up underneath this branch while I dig this trench that is no longer straight anymore, because, well, I totally got distracted and then this tree got in the way. I don't know who put this dang tree here in the middle of nowhere, but somebody put this tree here. We're gonna keep on digging and keep on trucking. Did we solve the monkey problem? Yes, we did. Papa Rhino apparently saw. We don't have flying squirrels. He's claiming it's a flying squirrel. We don't really have flying squirrels, but turns out it was just a big old like black squirrel that he saw, not some type of monkey. I don't know. No idea. Military mechanic living in England. Awesome, brother. Thank you for your service. Did my property go up in value? So yes, it has gone up. It has gone up pretty substantially, and I got it for a really good price. So I lucked out on the ranch, guys. Time and place. Like, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. This was definitely one of those things. I was in the right time, or right place at the right time. I only had 8 hours, give or take, to make a decision on this property before they were gonna basically put it on the market and sell it, or basically open it up to the market. So I got it as a private sale. It never really went on the market, so I got to avoid being in a bidding war. Basically, I would have been outbid. Like, there's no way I could have paid more for it, but I got very lucky with this property. Commercial fisherman, oof. I was just talking about you guys last night. I don't know how y'all do it in like the rough waters and stuff. I get seasick. That is like a nightmare job for me, so kudos to you guys. What's the hardest part about YouTube? Just staying consistent, like continuing to put out content. It's not as easy as you guys think, and it's also not as easy to like want to film stuff. Like, I would love just to come out here and just dig this trench, and there'd be no cameras in sight, not have to worry about like running over there, set up a camera. All right, I got that shot for like 5 minutes, then I gotta run over here, put a camera over here, try and get this different angle so it's more exciting than just one camera sitting in the corner over there. It just adds so much time to stuff. So it definitely makes a lot of things a lot harder. And then you don't get to like you guys see TV shows, right? So you see let's take the Diesel Brothers for instance. They film over like, let's say 4 months out of the year, and then you get like 10 episodes in a season. So everything's already pre-filmed. They have like 4 months to film, another couple months for editors to edit, and then you get episodes to air, 30-minute episodes. Well, I'm putting out 30-minute YouTube videos. That's 30 minutes of actual time, not analyzing. You're not getting the content on TV. But that's me filming, edit, basically the same day to be able to get a video up that week, let alone 2 videos, let alone 3 videos. At one point it was 7 videos a week. So it's definitely, it's stressful. It's not a fun schedule. It's not the most fun lifestyle in terms of like how much you have to keep hustling to put out videos. But I'm not gonna complain. I chose this. I love this. I love having you guys hang out in the audience. I love being let's interact with you guys. So you're not gonna hear a lot of complaining from me about it. It's just know if you're gonna get into it, it's a pain in the butt and it's tough. See, I know I'm missing. When will the work for hitch covers getting restocked? Very shortly. Very, very shortly. We're actually working on a whole production run of those. Where's Chris? It's not a 2-seater. He doesn't like sitting on my lap. I don't know why. Flooring professional for 20 years. There you go. Next truck after the 450. Hopefully I have the Bronco by then. I have no idea. Did maintaining the animals come as part of the contract? So when I bought this place, most of the animals here were rescues, and the owner was real adamant about like, hey, this is like the refuge for those animals. You know, whatever their life was before, this is their place that they finally came to where like they're living happily. So she wanted them to stay with the property. So that's part of the agreement. I mean, it probably could have happened without the animals, but I was totally on board. I love animals, so I was totally on board to take the animals with the property. There were a few more animals that they ended up giving to friends that I didn't take. They had a bunch of alpacas here, like mini alpacas that were kind of cool, but not really my thing. And then a couple of horses, which I don't want to deal with the high maintenance of a horse. So those all went to friends of the owner, and then we basically kept the animals that we wanted. I'm worried about wildfires this year. We're always worried. There was actually a fire 2 weeks ago that was like just right over there, not far from here, but they're really quick on getting on them nowadays. And the entire property is so clear. I don't know if you guys can see. We'll do a quick spin around right there. Everything is so clear. The entire fence line is clear. Everything's cleared up underneath. So we've got our best shot. I'm not super worried about the property itself burning. It's more about when a fire does come through here, the collateral damage, the not having the power, the people being put out of their homes. Like, that's the stuff that I worry about a little bit more than actual, like, I'm not super worried about my property. We've done the best that we can in making sure that, you know, I've got thousands of feet of defensible space where they recommend like, you know, 100 or 200. I feel Ford fell short on the look of the Broncos. They more like the Bronco 2s. I like the Broncos. I think once you start seeing more lift kits, more wheels and tires, I think they're going to start looking better. Obviously, anything stock takes time to grow on you until you start to see them modified, but I'm a fan of them. I like them. Do I still go to truck shows? I do. Obviously, the world kind of shut down for a year and a half, so there's not as many of them. We'll be at Flog Fest in St. George, Utah. You guys should make sure you come out. September 24th and 25th. My opinion, like the West Coast's best truck show. So make sure you guys come check it out. Or a boiler operator, steam engineer. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what that entails. I know in some big cities, like boilers and stuff, like kind of run the city. I don't think so much here, but yeah, that's an important job. Spent over 20 years in the amusement industry, an amusement ride mechanic. I keep them running and repaired. That really miss that line of work. That sounds like a pretty cool line of work. No offense to your industry, but I can't stand, like, you ain't putting me on a roller coaster. I'm sure you did a good job of tightening all the bolts, but my luck, I'm gonna jump on a roller coaster the day that the guy that didn't care to tighten all the bolts got on there, and it just ain't that fun to me to get motion sickness and a headache for the odd chance that like a wheel comes flying off on the roller coaster car and I die. I'm good. You know, you need me to hold your purse while you're on the roller coaster? I got you. But you ain't getting me on that thing. No, thank you. Do I ever go to NorCal? Rarely, but I do go up to NorCal. Are me and Jack still friends? Yes, we are. We talk every once in a while. We'll probably see each other at Sema this year. Big hospitals run boilers. All right, good to know. Good to know. I looked into more solar setups. Now stuff's getting better. I just don't believe in the batteries for as much as they cost. Yeah, that stuff's expensive. So, my house currently has 26 solar panels on it. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you, brother. And granted, it offsets basically most of my bill. What up, Jeff? I don't know when I'm coming to Minnesota. It's gonna be a minute, that's for sure. But it does offset most of my bill. But the previous owner paid for the solar in full, so it's probably a $30,000-$40,000 solar system. So if you think about it, let's just use some like normal math here. Let's say your electricity bill averages $200 a month, which I know in a lot of places that's a lot. In California, that's like average to not really that high if you run your air conditioning. So $200 a month times 12 months, that's $2,400 a year you're paying in electricity. 10 years, that's $24,000 that your electricity bill is, right? If a solar system costs you $30,000, it's gonna take over 10 years for you to get your money back, or at least like offset the cost. That's if your solar wipes out all of your electricity bill, which most people, it doesn't wipe out everything. So it takes over 10 years to get your money back. I don't personally know too many things that last 10 years in the sun. Not saying they can't, not saying they don't, not saying they won't, but you're betting or you're banking on the fact that in 10 years, when you finally get that solar system to offset the cost of your electricity bill, that those panels are still good. Because there's a good chance that in 10 years, those panels are all fried and eaten up from the sun, that you got to replace them. So right as that panel like covers its cost, you're spending another 30 grand to replace all those panels. Now again, I'm not in the solar industry, I could be wrong, but it just doesn't make sense to me quite yet to spend a ton of money on solar. Again, my house has it, it was already paid for. They're great because they were already paid for. I think it'd be nice to have some more lights around the property. There's gonna be more lights around the property, so sorry to my neighbors. They're not gonna point at your property, they'll all be pointing on my property, but I've heard a little birdie tell me that another neighbor told like a friend of mine that knows me, like a friend of a friend that knows me, like, hey, tell that Ryan guy his lights he installed on his property are too bright, which are all the ones that we put on the animal pen, but sorry, the bright lights have saved my animals, so bright lights for the win. It is dark out here, and not a big fan of looking at the stars. They don't change, so I can care less about seeing the stars. Let's see. God loves you so much. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. When are you going to see some good fire truck videos? So I definitely need to like figure out how to use the fire truck. It's not a it's not something that I've messed with yet. Like all the like I don't know how to use the pumps. I don't know how to use half the stuff that's on it. It's still gonna take a few more parts to get everything like dialed in to where the pumps will actually work, because there's like a few like inlet covers that I need that are like big 6-inch inlet covers, not like off-the-shelf stuff. So once I get all that, sit here and play with it, then we'll get the fire truck up and running. I hope to do it soon. I need to do it soon just because it's kind of sitting right now and really not doing much. So I have a Class A or B for contractor's license. So I am a General B. Thought about getting my General A, but don't really do a lot of like underground engineering stuff. So to me, it wasn't the world that I was in. So in terms of like knowing the questions and stuff for that trade, I'm sure I could learn it pretty quickly, but I jumped in General B with all the stuff that I had experience with, so it was really easy just to go get that license. Could you dig a trench around your house to protect from the fire? If the dirt wasn't as hard, I'd love to dig a moat, but the dirt out here is super hard, and the second you fill a moat with water, it's gonna drain in like 8 hours. So fortunately, it wouldn't stay. I wish it would, but it wouldn't. Let me know if you need rock working in Santee with hats and yeah, I actually need boulders. You're probably talking more like gravel, but I need to get a couple of like big decorative tall gray boulders out here. I want to like kind of throw a few up at the entrance of the ranch project. So if any of y'all got some of those laying around your yard and you're local, let me know. So basically lazy river around the house. Yes, I would love a lazy river out here, but you know, 100 grand for a pool equals like $400,000 or $500,000 for a lazy river that's worth it. Yeah, not exactly my favorite thing to do. What am I gonna do with all that land? So we've got a few ideas actually. I'll probably slowly start revealing them as time goes on here, but currently I'm gonna keep those under wraps. But we've got some good ideas on how to use the land, how to have the land actually make money instead of like being this giant money pit right now that it is, because apparently every project I do out here, we go to way too big of a scale and it ends up being very expensive, but eventually this place will hopefully pay for itself. That's the goal. We definitely dig up boulders, but don't use them. Just put them aside. Heck yeah, man. If you got something, I don't know, in the like 4 to 5 foot tall range, I'd prefer them more tall than they are like wide, but like maybe 3 foot wide, 5 foot tall, something in that world that's like a nice gray color. Let me know. I'll figure out a way to come get it. That'd be awesome. Build a trebuchet. That'd be rad. I think me and James kind of live close enough to each other where we could totally like catapult stuff to each other's property. I don't know if the guy in between us would appreciate it, but he's actually really cool too, so he'd probably be all on board for it. But I've definitely thought about like trebuchet wars out here. Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day. I'm not sure. I will say though, the trench definitely got straighter now that we got around that tree. Alright, Gail. Throw the General to James. That would be rad. I would love to build something that we could launch the Korean General. That'd be a heck of a trebuchet. I don't know what the Hyundai weighs. It can't be a whole lot, but it also ain't light. Nah, we're definitely not going to throw a donkey. I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, Jill. Dang, we've been on here for 1 hour and 15 minutes. That's crazy. You guys are rad. I appreciate you guys that have stuck through this. I'm sure some of you have come and gone, or some of you just joined, but everybody that's been sitting here for 1 hour and 15 minutes, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm glad I had freaking service. Like, the Wi-Fi from the house is pumping right now. We were a good ways away when we first started this. But we're almost to the house. You guys have made kind of like I use this for me as much as I'm like, hopefully you guys are enjoying this, but this has helped me kill a lot of time doing all this trenching out here. So I appreciate you guys. I think we're gonna end this chat so I can finish this last little bit here and actually like grab my other cameras and start making this YouTube video. So I'm assuming Monday this YouTube video will go live, give you guys an update on the Rhino Ranch project. I'm hoping this video, this will be my 2nd or 3rd day filming out here to make this video, and then I'm hoping we get Chris and Fern and a couple guys out here tomorrow, and we'll be doing we'll be laying some pipe, you know, doing the big underground pipeline stuff, you know, 1.25 inch, big boy stuff. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I hope I'll be able to do this a little bit more often for you guys. Thank you to everybody that shot some money my way. You guys are freaking awesome. Again, I didn't even know that you guys could do that. That's super rad. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I appreciate you guys that have your notifications turned on, that have double checked your notifications, because apparently YouTube loves to turn those off for you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for following along in my journey, in my life. You guys are rad. I see a lot of roll the outros there. Anybody that wants to say roll the outro, throw it in there now. I think this video is gonna like stay up forever. So love you guys. You guys are the best. We're out. Let me figure out how to end this thing. I don't really know. Is it this little X button in the corner right here? Maybe.